Hi, fourth grade. Today we're going to be picking up some artwork, and then we're also going to be brainstorming for our next project. Hi guys, so our next project is going to be some clay. It's not going to be this. These are some random pictures of cups I found online, but it has clay in it, so I thought I would show you. If you haven't worked with clay before, it's a lot of fun. It's really messy, but you have to be very responsible with it, so I'm trusting my fourth graders that you guys can handle this project. However, in this project, we're also going to be using fiber, so we're going to be weaving. Does anyone know what weaving is? Could you raise a hand? All right, so I hope that someone said that weaving is the pattern of putting fibers together. So your clothes are made of tiny little weavings. It's where fibers go in and out, above and below, and there's a little pattern of color, a little pattern of shape. This is very old. This is thousands of years old. Weaving goes on today. A lot of times our weavings are done by machines, but for the longest time it was done by hand. People still do this. So for instance, this is a woman in Guatemala and she's making blankets, or she can make shirts or shawls. I don't know, but a lot of times people will still do weaving because they find it's a very relaxing and beautiful way to work. I have decided that it would be really fun if we combined weaving with clay. So we're going to be making something out of clay and then also weaving string in it, or yarn, whatever we choose. We're going to be thinking about abstract and organic shapes. So who could tell me what abstract means? Raise your hand. I hope someone said that abstract, well, looks like a whole lot of nothing. So as you can see, this is an abstract shape, and then there's a circle in the middle. It kind of looks like a whole lot of nothing, and that's okay. Well, that's what we're going for. We've been studying abstraction, so we're going to translate that into clay and then also yarn. Now, you could use a shape that you know of. It doesn't have to be totally crazy. Like this is a teardrop sort of shape. But remember, you could also create your own. Now, you know me, I'm not going to be too hard on you if you decide that you want to do something a little bit more realistic, like this clock, because even though it's a realistic shape, it looks like a clock, it looks like an actual thing, I would still say this is abstract because it doesn't look completely real. So as long as it's just a little bit abstract, I don't care what you do, it just has to be an organic shape, and then we're going to put a little circle in it so that we can start weaving. So today is going to be about picking up your artwork from the display case. So I'm finally going to give you back your cardboard creations. I may have some in my counter. I'll see if I have any in there, but most of them should be in the display case out in the front. If you haven't already gotten your artwork, at some point today I'm going to dismiss you, so I may just kind of like tap you on the shoulder and tell you to go get your artwork. So today's your day to pick it up. While you're waiting to go, or if I still haven't picked you, you're going to be practicing weaving. I'm going to do one for you, and we're going to be doing it on this black sheet of shiny paper. This is a practice loom. So a loom is where we weave, and instead of using fibers, we're going to use paper. So this is good practice. This is good to know. You may not get it your first time. That's why we're practicing. I don't want to shove clay at you and then a bunch of fibers and expect you to make something great. That's not how life works. We need practice. Even I need some practice with this project. It's been a while. So I'm going to show you first, and then you're going to do it with me. So you should have this black sheet, and then I'm going to pass this out in a moment. So when you weave, you go in an over-under pattern. You can choose how you want to start your weaving. I'm going to choose over. So I'm going to go over the piece of paper, find the nearest hole, go through it. Think of it like a tunnel. So tunnels, bridges. So bridge over, then go through the tunnel. Bridge, tunnel, bridge, go under, over, under. You know you did it correctly when the paper fits exactly perfect. I measured it, and I see this black-white pattern. So I see black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Here's the hard part. This is where people get confused, is that the next one, you're gonna do the opposite. So watch me first, and then I'll give you a chance to practice. So I went over for this one, so now I need to go under. So instead of going over, I'm gonna go under, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. The cool thing about this is that if you make a mistake, you can just take it right out. But I'm gonna double check. The way I know it's correct is if I see the pattern. So it should look like a little bit of a checkerboard. If it doesn't look like a checkerboard, then something's up. I can always tell you, but the easiest way if you see something wrong is you just take it and you can take it right out. Now we're gonna do one together. I should have passed one out to you. Please follow along. So for ours today, let's start with over just to make it easy. So go over the paper. When you see that little hole, go through it. That's gonna be our tunnel. Go through the tunnel, lift it up. Oh, there it is. Over and then under. So it's going a even odd pattern. Under and then over this one and then under again. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. All right, awesome. So what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna go through this, try your best to finish it. You know it's finished when it can't fit any more weaving into the loom. And I'm gonna show you what finished looks like. As I'm working, you're gonna notice that they're kinda a little bit sloppy looking. As you're going, pull them down, whichever way you want, so that they're all nice and tight and they're sitting there. When you're working, double check and make sure it's checkerboard. If something's up, you need to know. A lot of times people do like 4 or 3 and then they'll be like, Mr. Bowfield, I'm done, look. No, you're not done. I need to know that you're done because I see that you used as many weavings as possible. So I have room for about maybe 2 more and then I'll be done. Once you have completed this, it looks checkerboard, give me a thumbs up. I'll come by and check. Once you've done this, you've pretty much mastered weaving. Next time we'll talk about clay. You're gonna take all these little pieces out, and it's hard to do it with a big old iPad in my hand, but basically just take them all out. You're gonna return this to the middle table. So on the middle table, you'll see a place where you can return both your loom, the black paper, and then also the strips. Then once this is all returned on the middle table, you can choose a new activity of your choice. Be thinking about what kind of organic shape you wanna make. We will be talking more about it in the coming days. You may wanna wear clothes that you don't want, you know, you might get dirty with the clay. I don't have a whole lot of aprons, so that won't be an option. So you may not wanna wear your best dress or your best shirt to class in the next few days. So just keep that in mind. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'm so excited to see what kind of stuff we're gonna make.